What's up? Got the Gray Goose back in the shop. You know, this hurricane weather, which ended up not being hurricane weather for us at all. Like, it pretty much petered out, as you can see, unless, of course, another wave or something comes in. We didn't really get anything. Thank goodness. A lot of people did, so I'm good in that aspect. Anyway, had this thing back in the shop because of the weather. Didn't want to leave it sitting outside. I actually got this thing I've actually had this thing like under a carport for the last, I don't know, month. Just to give me a little space to work on the bibster. Anyway, I had it back in here. Figured I'd kind of work on this thing just a little bit. It's been neglected slightly. So a while back I put some turbo blankets on this thing. But one of the things that I wanted to do today maybe is try to get a fuel pressure gauge on this thing. So I've got a sending unit that I'm gonna plug into the Big Stuff 3. That'll be able to data log the fuel pressure all the time. I can kind of see what it's doing. But for now, I think I'm gonna pull this out, maybe put a gauge in there and get this thing set. I never set the fuel pressure on this. I just guessed, so I have no idea if it's high, low, whatever. I know the car is really fat, so I'm kind of hoping maybe the fuel pressure is high, and that way it'll kind of correct itself a little bit, but we got some tuning to do. So maybe in this video we will pull out the laptop and kind of see what the Big Stuff 3 looks like, maybe do a little bit of tuning. I don't know, we're not gonna be able to actually make any hits or anything, or actually even cruise down the road, but at least open it up, maybe show you guys what that looks like. What was I doing coming over here? I guess I can show you a little bit of update on the bibster. I haven't done much. You've seen the video where I put the floor pans in. Well, I've been working on this little throttle pedal thing. I don't know what you call that. So one of the issues with this thing, it being so cramped in there, is that the actual throttle pedal itself is going to mount on that side of these tubes. You know, these tubes technically are supposed to be like the firewall, the trans tunnel firewall, the trans tunnel, not really a firewall, just the trans tunnel. But the pedal itself actually has to mount on that side of that hoop. So I got to build this like steel deal. It's gonna kind of open this little section up here. As you can see, the firewall itself should kind of come around technically and follow that bar, but because there's not enough room in this car, the pedal has to be out here. I knew this when I put this bar in here, so I'd always plan to kind of do something like this. So anyway, I'm making this steel little alcove. It'll actually tie into this bar and then maybe come down, give the driver's feet just a little bit of extra safety for maybe, you know, clutch disc or something coming apart. So anyway, that is the progress of that thing. Let me see if I can kind of show you how this thing works. You can see the factory pedal itself just has two little mounting bolts, and then it just kind of fits right in there just like that. So the pedal itself will actually be, you know, in the driver's compartment, but where it mounts has to be over here. And then I'll just tie the sheet metal into that, or carbon fiber, or whatever I end up using. Alright, well, there you go. Little bibster update. Making a little bit of progress. Let me get back on that. So as most of you know, you didn't get a video last week at all. Had a lot going on. Went to Texas for the Clemson A&M game. And then as soon as we get back, just kind of planning to do something, and then all of a sudden this hurricane pops up, Florence is coming through, and so had a lot going on, things protected. They said it was gonna be bad, luckily it wasn't, but still need to get everything in order. And I made some progress on the house this week, along with the shop. Got concrete for the shop, it's a start. I'm super stoked about the shop. Concrete just kind of gives it some realness. Now we just got to get the building up and electrical and all that stuff and get moved in. It's about 4 times the size of this place. So it's a 48 by 80 is what it's going to be. This is probably like a 25 by 35. So we're going to like quadruple the square footage. Man, it's going to be nice. Not the perfect scenario. I really don't like the gauges under there. Mainly because when the hood's off, I don't know, they just look trashy. But it's gonna have to work for now. Alright, well, that's all I got for you, just a little bit of work. Just a little bracket, mounted some gauges for the Goose, for the fuel gauge hooked up. As you've seen, fuel pressure was way too high, and no wonder it was fat. So anyway, gonna get back on working on the bibster. Gonna get this thing, probably just a couple of things tidied up. Got a lot coming up here in the near future. Like I said, shop's coming, the house is coming together. Got SEMA, we got Fab Tech. I'll be at both of those, which is like back-to-back weeks. So SEMA in Vegas, I think October 31st through like the 3rd of November. And then the very next week will be in Atlanta for Fab Tech. If you guys are at either one of those, make sure you stop by and say hey. For Fab Tech, I'll be in the Fronius booth all 3 days in the morning. Come by there and see me. I'll be there, I don't know, like 8:30 to noonish. Come weld. They're gonna have all their machines there, and we'll be able to burn some stuff. So Atlanta, if you're anywhere around there, schedule it. Fab Tech, it's free. You just gotta register. Come by the Fronius booth, say hey. All right, guys, we made it through the hurricane. Got a little bit of work done, no filming, but back on schedule next week. Gonna try to get some stuff done. Like as you've seen on the pedal cluster for the bibster, gonna try to finish that up and maybe some more panels. It's moving slow. I'm hoping that Maybe when I get out of this place and into the new place, kind of speed up a little bit. Maybe I can get a little bit of help. I don't know. Gotta start cranking out some content. Anyway, as always, thank you for joining me. I'll see you guys some more this week. Go do work, son.